And here are the top 3 things that we're learning about the developing situation. Evergy says that there are more outages possible starting at 8 o'clock tonight, so something to be prepared for. And they say they are working with many large companies in the region to reduce their own power so that the burden doesn't just fall on families like yours. And while the power outages weren't supposed to last longer than an hour or less, some people were in the dark for much longer.
And KSNT News reporter Lindley Lund joins us live now to show us what the problems looked like for some people in our area. Lindley?
Molly Brook, lawmakers here at the Capitol are discussing the situation, trying to figure out what needs to change to make sure that this doesn't happen again. Some people went without power for more than 3 hours today, and the company says this is because they were trying to lessen the demand for energy as much as possible. As people dig out of the polar weather into northeast Kansas, more and more people are turning up those thermostats and using more energy, forcing electric companies across the Midwest to shut off power to certain customers to reduce the load.
The power went off at about 7:20 and came back on around 10:10, so about 3 hours.
Tanya Fletchel lives just north of Topeka and was told by Evergy the outage would last a maximum of 90 minutes. However, it lasted double that, leaving her concerned for the safety of her 2-year-old granddaughter that lives with her.
I feel a little betrayed. They said 30 to 60 minutes, and then that one report said maybe 90 minutes, but we obviously experienced more than that. And I don't think that was fair. If it was going to be that long, I wish they would have said it was going to be that long up front.
And Fletchel isn't the only one who experienced these long outages. Some of our employees and several viewers told us about the same problem.
It's almost impossible to tell customers where and when an outage like this is going to occur. The reason for that is because we get very, very little notice on when we have to reduce load and have these temporary emergency power outages.
Now, Kansans are hoping there's not a third day of these unprecedented blackouts.
We know that this is very cold weather. We know that this is extremely frustrating. And believe us, we would not be calling for these temporary power outages if they were not required by the Southwest Power Pool and if they weren't necessary to prevent a larger, longer, more prolonged outage.
And tonight on KSNT News at 10, we'll hear reaction from lawmakers here at the Capitol who are working directly with energy regulators about this situation. Live in downtown Topeka, covering local news that matters, Lindley Lund, KSNT News.
All right, thank you, Lindley.